So this next panel is really exciting. I can't wait to hear it. They believe that NFTs are the next women's empowerment movement. And I can't wait to hear what they're going to share. And so, in the spirit of empowerment, I'm going to let them take it from here and introduce themselves from here on. All right, let's hear it for our next panel.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome to NFTs, the next women's empowerment movement. We're excited to be here today. I am Erin. I'm co-host of The Nifty Chicks with my co-host, Jenft here. I have been in blockchain and crypto space for about 5 years now, and approximately a year and a half ago, I got excited about NFTs, and Jenft and I were talking a lot about NFTs and decided to launch a YouTube channel and podcast all about women doing cool shit in NFTs. So, Jenft, I will let you take it from here and introduce yourself.
Thanks so much. Can everyone hear me? Yes, okay. So I have a traditional finance background. I work at Bridgewater Associates, a hedge fund up in Connecticut, and then Goldman Sachs. And then now I work as the chief experience officer at a financial firm. I have been in crypto for about 3 years, and then specifically NFTs for about a year, thanks to Erin and my move to Puerto Rico last year, which was a pretty big move for us. But yeah, super excited to be here and to be sharing the stage with such incredible women to talk about how NFTs are the next women's empowerment movement.
All right, thank you, Jenft. Now we have Alyssa Jordan. I'll let you.
I have like 3 friends here. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
Well, they're loud.
Not 5. We're good. My name is Alyssa Jordan. I go by Schmooper Girl on all things social. I'm the Chief Compliance Officer and General Counsel at a tech startup, women-owned, women-led tech startup, where we're revolutionizing how to deliver services in the domestic violence space. So it's an incredible opportunity there. I also co-found and co-host a lovely show on Twitter Spaces called Vaginas. My goal is to say vaginas as often as possible today. So get over it. Vaginas, at Vaginas on Twitter. It's a really, you've all experienced one, so it's fine. You've all been close. Get over it. But yeah, I co-host with, we spotlight women in Web3 on a regular and consistent basis. Women who feel like their voices can't be amplified in the male-dominated space and their projects aren't getting the attention it deserves. They just feel crowded by the space. So we amplify women in Web3 on Vaginas.
Thanks, Alyssa. And next on the panel, we have Maya Nix. I'll let you go ahead and do a brief intro.
Hello, everyone. This is Maya. I'm the founder and artist of Meta Queens Club. I'm actually a commercial pilot turned fitness entrepreneur. So I've been in NFT space since 2020 and crypto since 2016. So I've been here for a while, guys. Don't be worried about the bear market. It's all gonna pass. We're not gonna go to zero. Not a financial advice. But I am the founder and artist of Meta Queens Club, and we are a women empowerment project. We are promoting inclusivity, body positivity, and mental health. So I'm super excited to be here. Shout out to NFT.NYC for this amazing opportunity.
Thank you, Maya. And last but not least, we have Sara Jones.
You've all been waiting for me. I know, it's okay. My name is Sara Jones, AKA The Love Jones. I am a co-founder of Vaginas with Alyssa. She misses that song and she knows it, but it's okay. I also founded G3 Charity Gaming. It is a charity gaming team. We do a lot for Extra Life for Kids. And I also just recently started up the Culture of Gaming podcast. I go live on Twitch. I actually am very well rooted into the gaming community. So if you are looking to, I almost said have a good time, and that sounded really awkward, but we're going with it. I'm at Twitch, And I love bringing new people on and introducing them to gaming, even if they haven't done it before. I'm extremely patient. I'm all too familiar with the bro culture, so I like, feed it to me, I'm ready for it, and I'm here to make really, really big positive changes.
Thank you, thank you. And that leads me right into my first question, which is that we all know this community is bro culture primarily. I'm sure many of you have been called bro or dude multiple times on Discord, Twitter, what have you. So when we were talking about this panel and what we wanted to discuss, that was one of the main topics that came up. So I would love to hear what you guys think about the culture and how do we overcome that culture and get men to realize that women are in the space and we are here to stay. So I'll start with you, Jenft.
So yes, I have also been called bro numerous times. And even with my nickname, Jenft, people still haven't connected that Jenft is a female name. And I'm still called a bro or dude all the time. So I think, I find that for so many reasons, women are afraid to kind of show their feminine side because in so many industries it is used against us. And so I'm finding that in Web3, like if we lean into the fact that we are females and that we are proud the fact that we bring different aspects to the table, then we will be more well respected. But if we still shy away and lose that confidence, then we will forever be kind of put back on the back burner and called bro with that assumption that we are a dude. But we are here to stay. There are more females here in the audience and in this conference at NFT.NYC than I had expected. So I'm so thrilled to see that. But we are here to stay. Don't make the assumption that we are a dude, but if we are called a bro, just, I'd say like lean into it and just say, hey, actually I'm not, and here's all the reasons why, like, you need to hear what I have to say and why I'm equally as valued for my voice as I am, if I were a dude.
Alyssa?
I worked really, really hard in my Web 2 life to get my seat at the table. And with Web 3, I took my seat at the table. Women are here. You go on Twitter Spaces now. Every morning I log into Twitter Spaces, there is a Women in Web 3 group of some kind taking place at least 3 different ways. A year ago, that wasn't the case. When we started Vaginas, there really wasn't anything. My God, we were still in Clubhouse. So one thing that I'm really, really proud of is the problem we had a year ago hasn't remained the problem. And that's what makes me optimistic that the culture is changing. It's changing because we're taking our seat at the table. We're not waiting for anyone to come pull the chair out. We don't need you to pull the chair out for us. We're seated, we're here. When we're here at various capacities, we're here from a media perspective, we're here from an artist and project perspective, we're here from a gaming perspective, and we're here from a legal perspective. We're here. So as far as I'm concerned, the only way to influence a change in the way that we're addressed is by continuing to take our seat at the table, and the change will come. We've already seen it start to happen.
Maya, what are your thoughts on this? What have you seen?
Well, I have an e-commerce company, and as a businesswoman, I had to claw my way up to get to where I am today. And I think women need to stick together because we are stronger as a team. And if you have a company, if you're a founder, I highly, highly recommend to onboard more women. Just try to hire more women in your team because women are, I'm not gonna lie, we're more organized than men. I think
that's true.
Yeah, because when you onboard more women to your space, you just see the difference, and it's a huge difference. And I think onboarding more women and hiring more women to your space.
100%. Sara, I know you're deep in the gaming space, so I'm sure you see it a lot.
Yeah, actually, it's ironic. I've always found a lot of parallels between the NFT space and the gaming space. So those of you can probably, you know. It's wild because I'll get into, gaming chats and God forbid somebody hears a woman's voice, they go wild over it. But before they hear your voice, they just tend to think that you're a guy all the time. So I feel like, not that I'm necessarily numb to it, I wouldn't say, but I have no qualms at all with saying, nope, it's actually I'm a chick. I'm okay with saying I'm a chick, and if I outplay you, that's your problem. That's not my problem that I'm better than you.
I love that. So that being said, what are some ways that, Jenft and I are trying to educate women and get more women into the space. What are some other ways that we can all work together to help educate and just really get the word out there that it's okay to come in to this male-dominated space?
So, one of the reasons why we started the Nifty Chicks is because when I was stepping into the space and I was Googling how to set up a MetaMask, all these very basic, foundational steps that you need to succeed in the crypto space, every video I came across, every voice was a male voice and a male face. And it made me feel like I was stepping into the wrong space because I didn't look like them. And so, one of the things that we're doing on the Nifty Chicks is to, have various episodes starting with tutorials on like how to get set up, all those basic questions. What is an NFT? Like, there's so much shame about like, asking these very basic questions, but these are all questions we all had at any point. And so I think if we, all of us are here on stage talking to all of you, making ourselves present that, there are no dumb questions. Like, we want to be a resource to all women because, we want to be the voice and a face for all women stepping into this space. I think it's important for women to feel like they have someone, similar looking at them when setting up something like a MetaMask.
I think demystifying the investment nature of the space is really important to onboard women and to get more women involved. I love what Maya just said about making sure you're hiring more women, and like, I commend you for that point. That is really a big part of it too. So if you're a woman in this space and you're leading, hire women and bring women in to also have a seat at the table. Let's not make it so hard for one another to have seats at the table. But yeah, I think demystifying the financial aspect of the investment portion of what NFTs and crypto represents is so important. For me personally, I grew up in an environment where the word investment wasn't used. It just wasn't in our socioeconomic class to even have them, to let alone know what it meant. So I think that if we can demystify that a little bit for people and help people understand how blockchain technology is also different than just NFTs, that it'll pave the way forward for not just more women, more people in general to transition into the space.
Yeah, I love that. What I think is, I do have a woman empowerment project, so the project is Meta Queens Club, and what I see, a lot of men are coming to my Twitter spaces, to my Discord channel, and they're like, your project is the entry point for our wives, for our girlfriends. So that is one way that you can actually onboard a lot of women. Just because there are a lot of men in gaming, there are a lot of men in crypto and NFT space, but they can bring their girlfriends, they can bring their partners. And another thing, I'm going to give you guys 2 points, because I've helped thousands of women get in the best shape of their life. I'm a fitness competitor, and just going to the niche that you already have in Web 2 could be very, very important, and you just onboard them slowly. It's not easy, I've tried. When you start talking about gas fees, they just run away. But slowly they're going to be onboarded because Ethereum is getting better too with the gas fees. So yeah, my 2 points.
I love that, actually. I want to piggyback off of what you said. Sticking to our sweet spot or our niche, right? Onboarding has always been a sweet spot for me. I love teaching people. And I know, like, earlier before I may have sounded like, hey, I'm a cocky gamer. I'm like really not. I kind of suck, actually, but I'm fun to watch, so that's good. But what I really love to do and what I've actually brought, I have an operational background. I've led a lot of teams. I love teaching people technical things. And one thing that I've really loved to do in this space, because Discord is like a hot ass mess. Let's be honest. We all want to die from Discord.
We all hate it.
And it's okay.
We all hate it.
Listen, I've been so not with the Discord, because as a gamer, it just ruined the experience for me because it's just a shit show in there. There's just shit flying everywhere, all over. Who needs a shill channel? You don't need that. But what we really need is thoughtful onboarding. We need people to actually kind of hold your hand, and I think, what we all kind of talked about too is like women are just, this is not a knock on guys, but we just are really good at that. We're good at the hand holding. We're good at teaching people those things. I know for me personally, like if I learn something really cool and interesting, I can't wait to share it with somebody else so that they can not only learn it, but they learn it in a way that makes sense for them, and then they can train somebody else to do it. Because listen, the biggest commodity we have in this space is our knowledge, and if we are not sharing it, we're doing everybody a disservice. So if I can leave you with one thing today, it's that you want to share whatever it is you got here. It's so important. If you think you don't have a voice, you think you have nothing to offer, I guarantee you that you do. And you 100%, 1,000,000%, I just made up that percent, you definitely use it. Share it with people. That's the only way we're all going to make this space so much more comfortable to be in.
I love that. And I have to actually just do a quick shout out to a project that we just recently spoke with. It's Everyday Shiro, and she is doing amazing things. She couldn't actually be here because she was sick, but she is, as people are minting, she is literally walking them through on Zoom calls, hand by hand, to figure out how to set up MetaMask and get started with minting her project. And I think it's really cool that...
Love that.
Yeah, she's amazing. So my next question has to do with women are typically more risk averse than men and tend to maybe not be as financially knowledgeable on investments and all of that. So how do we change that? Jenft, I know this is something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, so this is true across all platforms, right? So in the traditional finance background, a lot of my clients and people I've worked with, the men are more leaning towards private equity investments, the crypto investments, while women are very cautious in how they invest. And so I think there's a way to bring women along, kind of like the theme of what we're talking about is, to educate is to make sure everyone knows that anytime that you put money into anything, you should know what the risks are. And obviously, everyone here in this room knows that crypto and NFTs are risky, and to not invest more than what you can lose if that were to come. So I think with more education and more openness and dialogue around what the risks are and then what the upsides are and what the potential upsides are and the opportunities are, there's an opportunity cost with investments, and making sure that women are knowledgeable and aware of what those risks are will help them be more comfortable with those types of investments. So that goes across for everything, real estate and commodities, everything you could think of is, falls into this category. NFTs is just another aspect of that.
I talk a lot on Twitter and elsewhere about ethics. Some of all you all out there that know me really well know that ethics in this space really matters a lot. I'm an ethics lawyer, so it's kind of what I do. And the biggest thing that I try to impress upon people, not just women, but everyone, is that when you're looking at risky situations and thinking about the risk associated with investing or anything, the number one thing that we can all do to keep us safe and each other safe is to uphold our standards for what it is that we believe to be right, acceptable, whatever word or adjective you want to use to describe that. If you're going into something and it doesn't feel right, then you shouldn't do it. If you don't like the way the project lead speaks to people on a Twitter space, then don't invest in their project. If you know that if it's important to you that a development team be doxxed or undoxxed, then don't invest in the project. Those standards that guide your internal gut when it comes to these risky decisions are so important to listen to 100% of the time. Because I guarantee you, I know this from my friends that have been scammed or have lost assets or have lost money, they will almost always tell you, I knew I should have trusted my gut. So that's my advice for helping people transition. Trust your gut. Slow down. Don't be so quick to follow the FOMO, because we've all done it. We've all clicked, click, because we have to get that thing. Slow down, trust your gut. And just to add on to that, bring your daughters with you. teach your daughters as you're doing it. Mine's sitting right here. I'm so proud of her. She's here experiencing this. If we want to help make the space and teach about financial literacy, bring your daughters with you.
I love that.
I actually love this question. Your network is your net worth. And I think that is super important. I bought Bitcoin at 7,000 and I sold at 60,000. So I took profit, and I didn't do it on my own. So I did have advisors, and I think men and women actually can work together as a yin and yang. So it's not always just women. I think you have to have gender diversity in your company, because there are parts that we are better, and there are parts that we're not gonna lie. Men are better at some things, and I truly see that. And some of the biggest profits that I made in this space was because of the advice that I had, and I'm not gonna lie about that. And connect with people, go to different events like this. Like yesterday, I connected with so many amazing people, so many high net worth individuals. They can help me excel towards my goals, and I think that's really important to just have a great network of people who are better than you. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yes.
So I have, this is a hard one for me because I have a very tumultuous relationship with this space. I really, really do, because I have this problem with being chronically ETH poor. Who can relate? And it's actually been a really good thing, actually, because I think I am like, I avoid the FOMO, because I know, first off, I can't afford it. That's okay. But it helps me to live within my means. Like, I'm a single mom. I, have a daughter with a medical condition, and those are the top things of my priority list. So if I can't buy that fucking NFT, I'm not gonna cry over it. If I miss that flip, I'm not gonna cry over it. The fact that people are like dying right now, they're like freaking out because ETH is like in the shitter. I'm like, oh, it's all good. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go get my Dunkin' and I'm gonna be fine. I'm good. But I've been very blessed with the people that I've met, honestly, in the VFriends community, Alyssa being one of them, and her hubby over here, Ron, because I'll tell you, I've been met with so much love, and I've had people to kind of teach me. I've always been really bad at finances. Like, I grew up in a house where my parents were like, yeah, it's all right, just write the check. It's okay if it bounces. It's good, you're fine. That was no way to live, and it's set a really very bad precedent for me.
It's not financial advice.
That's not financial advice. Just don't do it. But be aware, I guess, of your shortcomings in a way. But like you can bounce back from it, and just to really, and I know we say it a lot in this space, and I don't want people to kind of take it for granted, but you really just do not invest more than you can afford to. And I say that not because it's really cool to say and it's a nice buzz line, but no, it's real. It's real. You don't have to get that NFT if you don't need it. You don't need that NFT. So just be very thoughtful in what you're going to put your time, not just your money, because you're investing time in this too. I mentioned Discord before. It's a hot mess. Like, nobody has time for that. We have to remember that we got to stay grounded. We have to stay grounded and just kind of go with the flow. And NFTs don't have to be like our world. Yeah, I just said that, didn't I, at NFT.NYC? They don't have to be our world, but they can be a really big part of it. And we can evolve. We can evolve in a really inexpensive way. And that's it. And I'm teaching my daughter, by the way, too. So
I know you are.
Yeah, my daughter loves this, but she's also poor like me, so it's all good.
So we are close to the end of our time. So I would like you guys to share the one main thing that you would like the audience to take away from our panel.
Can someone else go first?
Sarah, you start. Okay. Well, I kind of just said it, but I guess, I kind of like let in with it, but just it's okay to not get into every single project that you hear and see about. It's okay to take those breaks from Twitter. It's okay to take those breaks. It's okay to delete Discord. Let's just go there. It's okay to delete that shit. Delete it. It's fine. You're gonna make it. You really are truly gonna make it. So that, I guess, there you go. That's my advice. What are you saying over there?
I said who just got a little anxiety from that? Like, who started shaking a little bit?
It's okay.
Maya, do you have anything that you would like?
Anyone else want to go first?
I'll go.
Alyssa always
working together as women in this space and lifting each other up is probably the single most effective and culture-shaping thing that we have the opportunity to do. And by making that one of those standards I referenced earlier, we have a real opportunity to lift each other up. And if we're seeing that a seat at the table is not being made for each other, we can take that chair for one another and slide it up. I know I keep saying the chair table reference. It's my thing today. I don't know. But I want that to be a standard in the space for projects, for teams, for Web 2, Web 3 companies, is take a look around the room and make sure you have representation. That doesn't just mean women, that means women of color, that means men of color, really across the board, to be really intentional about it and make that a standard for the entire space and stick to that standard.
Okay, so I will go, if that's okay. I think the reality is that we're all early, and we are at the early stage of what could be an incredible thing. And we have the power now to shape and evolve how this space changes over time. And so because we're so early, we have that power. And I think I was talking to the fearless girl artist, Kristen Visbal, right there in the front row. And she said something really beautiful yesterday when I was talking to her about how, like, humans, we're natural beings, right? So there are things that women bring to the table, and there are things that men bring to the table. And if we come together, we can't do it on our own. We need the men too, because they bring some incredible strengths to the table. And so if we work together as humans, not just men and women or anything in between, but as humans, then we will make the most progress.
Okay, you miss 100% of the shots you never take. So if we weren't here and we didn't take this opportunity to talk here, we would have missed it. And nothing good comes out of your comfort zone. This was uncomfortable to think about, just coming and speaking in front of you guys, but we took it, we did it, we killed it, and we connected with so many powerhouses here, and that is amazing. We're gonna do a lot of collabs together. These ladies are founders and artists, and they're in legal, so yeah, just take your chances and always take your shot, or you're gonna miss out.
I love that, and I just wanted to say or add to that there's more than enough for everyone out there. Like, I feel like a lot of times it's like me, and I think we get further when we go in it together. So I want to make sure that everybody knows how to connect with all these lovely ladies. So can you share what is the best way to connect with you?
Yes, so if you want to connect with Minty Cell or me, Jenft, you can find us on all the social medias at The Nifty Chicks. That's the NIFTY Chicks. Oh, I can just show you my shirt, I think. And our tagline is invest in yourself, you are worth it, because you are.
You can find me on all things social at Schmoopergirl, and you can find Vaginas. Vaginas is at Vaginas on Twitter and all things social. We have a POAP secret code, by the way, where I'm going to give you at the very end once we get through this. So if you do POAPs, pull up your POAP app and get that secret word mint ready.
I'm Maya Nix Official on Instagram. I actually have 350,000 followers. And thank you. And on Twitter, Meta Queens Club. And I'm giving everyone an allow list who is coming from NFT.NYC. Just go to our Discord channel, open a ticket, and say you're coming from NFT.NYC, and we put you on the list. And did I say Meta Queens Club on Twitter?
All right, we got 30 seconds left, and I'm just going to tell you my name is Sara Jones, and you can find me on all things social at The Love Jones, LUVJONZE. Get that pen, write that down. You're not going to want to miss it. Oh, VEEGINAZ.
Vaginas.
Vaginas.
Ooh, I love that song. So you guys ready for this POAP secret win? It's empower with a capital E, together with a capital T, NYC all caps, all one word. Empower, together, NYC, capitalize the E in empower, the T in together, and NYC, all caps. Do not farm this. They'll never give me a secret word mint ever again.
So it's not
So it's not vaginas, but you can find vaginas at vaginas on Twitter. Vaginas.
Thank you, ladies. This has been fabulous.
Well,
Oh, we are?
we're low on time, and they said it's fine. Go ahead, sure.
All right then.
So, hi, my name's Alyssa Jordan. Outside of working in tokenomics, I'm a district leader for the 77th Harlem. Hey, this is Oz Sultan. So outside of working in tokenomics, I'm a district leader for the 70th Assembly in Harlem. And so a lot of what we try to do is we try to, diversity inclusion is a huge thing for us because our boys and girls do not get access to any of this, all right? So the biggest question I have is that, you know, representing a district of 469,000 people inside of a quarter-mile by half-mile area, what can we do to work with folks like y'all to get more engagement for, what I'm interested in is like, I've spoken in front of girls in many of our schools several times. How do we bridge this gap? How do we get you guys in there? Because you're the ones that make the change. I can't get up there and talk and say a damn thing and have it mean a damn thing. But if we can get some of you guys up there, that would make the change.
I can answer on this one. I see your hat is from Dubai. Are you from Dubai? Yeah. Are you talking about like where is the district? Oh, Harlem. Okay. So okay. Yeah, we can. Yeah. I don't know about the other ladies, but I am planning to do things like that. I'm actually going to tours and going to schools, going to elementary schools, because I want to teach more about NFTs to everybody. And if we go to like children or people who are don't have the privilege to come to these spaces, I think all of us can go and just spend time.
I'm local. I'm pretty local. I'm happy to help out. I will not curse. I promise, unless you want that.
I think you have to connect with kids where they're at as far as what their interests are. So for my daughter, getting her involved in this space was showing her art and showing her how her artwork can make a difference in the space. I think there's some kids that are into technology. So connect them with people who are willing and the projects that are willing to come teach technology. I know of a couple that have dev education stuff like at a really baseline level, and I actually had someone put me onto connect with me after this. There's a sponsor here that's actually doing a kids program that someone at POAP shared with me. But I think that whenever you connect with kids, especially girls, we keep trying. I think that this is where our education system fails. This is totally a sidebar. But our whole education system is trying to shove education down their throats in a way that they don't even want to receive it because it's not interesting to them. So if we want to get kids really interested, especially our daughters interested in these spaces, we have to connect with them where they're at and where their interests are and find that diversity in sort of all the different programming that's out there. We're so early and new. I'm telling you, I think that there is a tremendous opportunity to bring some of this to the younger generation, and I think the way we do that is really help them understand the transition between, that's what we have to do with Web 2 companies too. We have to help them understand the value proposition. We just have to do it in sort of kids terms and really meet them where they are and where their interests are.
And I would just say, just ask. If you feel like you want a female, a Web3 female to be coming in, just ask, reach out to us. And I find this community to be so giving more than anything, so generous with their time and their resources, that just ask. I'm pretty sure you'll get some yeses pretty quickly.
Yeah, we are so passionate about NFTs. We would talk about it forever.
Too long.
Definitely. Any other questions? All right. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank
if
you
you
guys.
need the
Thank
POAP
you.
code,
Thank you.
hit us up. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, claim your POAPs.
Thank you.
Let's hear it.